Hey fam, it's Kim George here from Your Chic Geek. Excuse me as I adjust my microphone. But hey guys, I wanted to drop in. I know that it's been a little while. I've been just been a little crazy for me, but I wanted to drop in and just do this quick little video. This is something that I shared. I think it was last week. I shared this with my communities. The passive income water cooler is where it's free. It's a free Facebook group that I have. So for those of you that are interested, you can join that. But I just wanted to share some information about a book brand that I've been building. And I started this on last year, and I just wanted to talk about, what all has happened, what I've been able to accomplish with this book brand, and I'm really excited about, excuse me, what it's been able to earn so far. So I know y'all are not used to seeing me on video, but I'm really going to start trying to come on a little bit more. I got a better camera. It looks really good. Okay, go Logitech. Go, 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 go. You want to do a brand thing, hit me up. So anyway, but before we dive off into this video, guys, I'd love for you guys to please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps push things through the YouTube algorithm. And if you're looking for like some information and some simple book ideas that you can publish and sell on KDP, I have a swipe file available that you can download. It's in the description below. And then I also have some other freebies. So all of that's going to be below, and some other resources to help you build your KDP business as well. All of that is going to be below. But what we're going to talk about really quickly here today is just go behind the scenes and take a look at this book brand. This is something, like I said, that I started last year. And this is going to be all about why I'm a huge proponent of building a book brand and building books that you can sell on repeat versus just kind of random books here and there. This is something that did take me a while into my publishing journey to learn, but it's just something that I wanted to share with you guys to hopefully encourage you guys. And this is just a start, so I'm really excited to see where this goes and grows. So let's just take a look at the numbers and some but some information about what's transpired so far. All right, so let's get into this thing, yang yang. Hope y'all are well. All right, so real quick, again, this is going to be a behind the scene look at the real numbers in a book brand that I'm working on right now. I'm really excited about this. And excuse my voice if I sound weird. It's just, I don't know. Allergies. I'm out here in Dallas and they just suck. Okay. They suck. So anyways, so let's talk real quick about this book brand and how I've made over 11K, almost 12K now from this book brand. And I just launched this, like I said, last year. So pretty excited about how things are going with this and all of that good stuff. So let's dig into this. So most people, myself included, guys, when I first started, you probably get into the habit of just publishing just random books and you just kind of hope that something sticks. And again, I've been there, so I understand. But what I've learned to do and what I noticed is that the books that were selling the most were the ones that were from the strategic brands that I had built, or the book brands that I built. And what I mean about a book brand is just basically a product line of where you have books that are related to one another, that are under the same pen name, that people can come to find on Amazon and they can buy from you. So what I started to notice, though, was that a lot of the books that were in the kind of book brands that I was building, people were buying those. They were buying multiple books. And so it started really to get me thinking into how to become more of a strategic publisher and how to publish from the branding perspective and creating things that people want to buy multiple from you versus just a one-off kind of book here and there. So this has really worked for me very, very well. And so we're going to talk about that really, really quickly and how this has come to fruition with this new book brand that I'm building. So here's what everything is looking like so far. So far with this book brand, guys, I have about 7 books. I will say that they are medium content books. And medium content is something that I think I first heard. I have to give them a shout out, I think from Chris Raydog, who talked about this. But these are books like activity books, puzzle books, coloring books. They have a little bit more meat to them versus just a low content book like a planner, a journal, etc. So these are medium content books and they're activity books that I created. Right now there's 7 books so far, but I am planning to expand this into 12 to 15 books. So we're going to see how that's going to work. I really want to push for 15, but again, I'm going to see how things go to see if it's necessary or what have you. But at least 12 to 15 is the number that I'm aiming to go for. The great thing about this is that I have outsourced the majority of the work. And I feel so proud to say that because it really has taken a lot of the stress off of me as far as creating an activity book. I don't know if any of you guys have had experience with creating activity books, but I can tell you they take a lot of work. And I'm very meticulous about how I like my activity books done. And so I've looked up and I found an amazing freelancer on Fiverr. If you guys want his information, I'll link it below. But he is amazing. He does just a really, really great job. He's really affordable. And then I will go in with certain activities and certain pages and kind of do my own thing to kind of make it, unique to me. But he just does such a really good job of putting everything together that it just really makes my life a whole lot easier. So that is very key with this book brand. I have outsourced pretty much everything as it comes with the interiors. Okay. Now the covers I did do myself. I did do the covers in Canva Pro. And I'm all about, and this is something that I teach in From Publish to Profit, which is a templated approach, meaning that whenever you create one book cover for a book brand that you know that you're starting, you're basically going to use it as a template, right? That you're going to use repeatedly over and over again so that everything looks consistent and it looks like it's coming from the same person or the same brand. And I found that to be just really, really helpful in Canva. So shout out to Canva Pro. But yes, I've designed the covers myself and I really just love the design process anyways. So what I'm going to be working on here in the future with this brand is number one, building a website. So I have created some templates or a template or a couple of templates, I think, Canva website templates that really do make this easy. They're drag and drop. You don't have to do too much. I do have those available in my shop. So if you guys are interested in that, you can just check the links below to check those out. But I'm going to be using that specifically for the book brand that I'm building because it just makes it easy. And then I'm going to add my own domain though to the brand or to the book brand and for the website. So Canva does have a feature where you can actually go in, you can purchase your own domain and you can connect that domain to your website to basically have it like like its own thing. So I'm really going to do that for the branding purpose of this. I'm also going to be building an email list. Right now I'm using MailerLite as my email service provider. So I'm going to definitely build an email list so that I can basically have people to market to outside of Amazon and bring those people that are interested in the books and that are buying the books off of Amazon into my own little world, because that's basically what you're doing when you're doing an email list. I'm also going to be creating one social media page. I don't have time to try to manage, and I don't want to manage like 1,001 different social media accounts. I ain't nobody got time for that. One is good for me. So I've decided that I'm just going to do the one and start with that. And if I feel like I need to not merge, if I feel like I need to do more than one, then I'll probably do that. But for now, I can tell you guys, your girl is going to do one page and that's it. And then what I want to do with that is basically find someone to kind of manage the page for me, just kind of fill it with content, fill it with, just different things to kind of keep it going. But it's going to be outsourced. I'm definitely going to outsource that just for the sake of time because I can't do it all and I don't plan to. So hopefully I'll be able to find someone to do that for me. And then I'm also going to create a digital shop. So I want to connect a digital shop to this specific website that I'm going to be building to sell the books in digital format, as you can see here, for some extra coin, and then also do some upsells as well. So that is definitely the plan for the other ecosystem and the funnels and things like that I'm planning to build for this book brand. All right, so now let's talk about the revenue breakdown and just some of the expenses that I've had so far with this book brand and all of that good stuff. So far, this is the revenue breakdown. I just checked it today, but so far with this book brand, I've made $11,862.43, which I think is really good. It only has 8 books in the brand right now. Again, I'm wanting to expand this out to at least 12 to 15 books. I'm going to see how that's going to go, but I'm thinking 12 to 15 is really a good number. And then I'm also going to do the email funnel, which is what I just kind of talked about and why it's so important really to have an email list outside of Amazon. Amazon is great, but if you can, have a group of people or a list of people that are interested in the books that you sell, anytime that you're releasing and have new releases and new products, they're really going to be excited about what you have going on. So that's something that I'm planning to do. Okay. Oops. So let me go back. All right, so here is the ad spend breakdown. I took a look at this to see, where the spending has gone. And I thought I honestly had spent more than I have. So I'm really, really proud of this so far for the return that I've gotten. So as you can see here, the biggest ad spends that I have are in the US marketplace, Canada, and UK by far. So in the US marketplace so far, I've spent about $200, which is not too bad. In the UK marketplace, this is where I've spent the bulk of my money, but this is where this book has turned into a really great seller. So I don't mind it. So I've spent about $500, not at 500, $457. I guess you can round it up to five, but spent about $500 there in the UK to do the marketing for ads. In the Canada, I've also spent quite a bit. It's 201, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much. So Canada, I've spent $201, and it is doing pretty good over in Canada. And then Australia, I've spent only $13, but it is performing pretty well over there. So I really haven't spent that much in the grand scheme of things, and I'm really grateful for that. And another thing I'm grateful for is with this being an activity book brand, because I know the competition is so fierce. I honestly thought that my CPC was going to be really high, but I've been surprised to see that it's actually been pretty good. It hasn't been very high at all. So that makes me really excited. Because I don't know if any of you have launched any kind of activity book brands, but I launched another one as a test to see how I was going to go. And I was spending like crazy. And I'm like, I got to turn this off. So for this one to be as low as it has been, I am really, really, really happy with that. So yes, I could spend a little bit more to boost it out there even more. All right, so the return on investment so far. So the revenue was 11,453. I think I actually did. Yeah, so 11,862. I forgot to go back and update that because I just went and looked at everything fresh this morning. So it's 11,862. So these numbers are going to be a little bit different. The total ad spend was 872. So the net profit for this has been 10,581, give or take, with the revenue being a little bit updated. And so that's a 13x return on ad spend, which is insane. And this is one of the reasons that I do encourage people to run Amazon ads. Now, if you have an audience outside of the books that you've built, a really big audience, and you can really do well from people that'll buy from you. But if you're getting started with Amazon KDP, I know a lot of people ask about, should I run ads when I'm just launching a book, or should I wait to have organic sales? I'm here to tell you guys, I don't wait at all. I don't wait until I have reviews. I don't wait until I have organic sales. I don't wait. I run ads immediately because I've learned, and this is just from some of the other folks that have been in the game for a while, that Amazon gives you a 30-day window when you're first launching a book to kind of really boost it out there. So I feel like, if I'm putting the book out there, if I know that I have a great cover design, a really great interior, strong interior, good product description, great A+ content, if I know that all of that is in place, then I'm going to push the book with Amazon ads to really put that rocket fuel onto it so that it can hopefully get out there and, start selling. And I've seen that happen. And so if you have those things in place, guys, again, really strong cover, really great interior, you've put together a really good product, don't be afraid to run ads immediately to your books to really push them out there to get those sales in the door. Okay. So I just wanted to state that. All right, so 3 keys to making this work. Number 1 is niche and strategy. So I really did do the research on this niche. I really did do the research on in this area, and I saw that there was definitely a lot of traffic that was going to it. I saw that there were a lot of people that were buying. In the activity book world anyway, there's a lot of buyers. People are always looking for activity books. They're always looking for things to do, especially when it comes to activity books. People just get bored. They get, they want to go and look at different things. Sometimes they want to get from behind the computer. And so they want something that they can go and take a look at. And so activity books is where it's at. And so I noticed that this was definitely a niche that gave me 2 different ways to kind of monetize. So first off, it's an evergreen niche with activity books. Again, people, they love them. They sell all year round. So it's a really good evergreen niche. And then the thing that I love about activity books is that you can also put a seasonal spin on them as well. So you can have your evergreen books that sell all year round, and then you can also throw in some seasonal books to those as well. So that's something to think about. And that's what I'm going to be doing for this specific book brand. The branding. every book that is in this specific brand, guys, it looks like it's coming from the same person. That is something to definitely think about when you're putting together your book brand. You don't want to have one book looking one way and then another book looking the other. They all should look cohesive. They all should have the same, styling, the same fonts where you can, and so on and so forth. You just want everything to really look like it's a cohesive brand, okay? And then scalability. So again, here, I'm not in the mindset anymore of just kind of publishing the one book here, the one book there. No, it's all about how can I take this one book that I've created and turn this into a product line where people can come to me and instead of buying just the one book, they're going to buy the multiple books from me. So that's something that I'm always thinking about now whenever I'm creating products to sell on KDP. All right. And so, really quickly, most new publishers, myself included, I struggled with finding a niche. I struggled with building out a brand. Really didn't understand it. I didn't understand the importance of it. And I struggled with basically kind of just throwing spaghetti at the wall and just publishing and praying. And I'm here to tell you that you really do need to, once you really become familiar with the process, because it is a process when you first start, of trying to understand how to put together a cover, understand how to get your book dimensions formatted correctly, understand how to create an interior, understand all of that kind of stuff. It is a process initially, but once you kind of learn that process, you really do want to become a more strategic publisher. And you really want to start thinking about, okay, how can I, here again, take the book that I have? Maybe you have a book that's selling organically. Think about how you can take that book and turn that into a product line or turn it into a mini book brand that you can create multiple books from that people can come and buy from you. So always be thinking about that. That's just my thought process these days, anyways. Okay, so future plans for this book brand is to, again, to launch more books. So I'm in the process right now of launching, I think I just published a new book today. So I'm hoping to launch about 3 to 4 more books here pretty soon with my contractor and with my freelancer. And again, that's just really made the process a whole lot easier for me. So I'm not doing everything by myself. Also building a website and an email list. I'll talk to you guys about that. I'm also going to be exploring international marketplaces. Eventually, I'm going to get into that where I can have some of these books maybe translated into some different languages. And then again, turning this into a long-term asset as far as the book brand. That is my ultimate goal with this. So I'm pretty excited to see how this goes. So this is pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to, again, like I said, come in and just, check in with y'all and just, tell you guys what's been going on with this book brand and how I'm excited about it. Now, one other thing I did want to mention really quickly before I jump off is that this week and next week, I think it's going to be ending on Monday. If you're interested in joining the Low Content Collective, I'm going to be closing that down for a little bit. So if you're interested in enrolling and you want to learn more about that, or if you want to get access to templates that can help you create things like low content books, log books, journals, planners, all of that kind of stuff, things that you can take, tweak, resell on your own, resell as your own, etc., to quickly make those products and put them out there on KDP or on Etsy. You can definitely head over to check out the Low Content Collective. The link is going to be below. And again, the membership is going to be closing down. So if you're interested in getting access at the price point that it's at right now, you can find out more about that for today and up till Monday. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. But again, I'm pretty excited about where this is going. And I'm going to be checking in with you guys to give you updates and just share other information that I have. But I just want to pop in and just share this with you guys really quickly. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. It should have been quicker, but I could be a little long-winded. So my bad. But thank you guys so much for, stopping by to check this out. I hope you guys are staying safe out there and I will see you guys later. Bye.